Teddy T, give people a little information about yourself and how you came up in the music business.
I ain't no doubt. Well, I started off as an artist. Actually, in high school, I created a record label with a couple of my partners, and we actually got a record deal out of high school. And that kind of like put me into what I'm doing now with the Business Academy, because I was a kid. I was already doing this business. And I started working street promotions in 1993 with Skilo, which is from Scotty Brothers Records. Scotty Brothers did Uptown, Universal, Jive. Worked for every major label in the country, breaking most of the major artists of the 90s, from Wu-Tang, Mobb Deep. Bill was a part of Snoop Dogg, the Death Row Situation, RCA, Bad Boy, Uptown, Into, Arista, you know, a lot of situations like that. And then I started doing underground radio, which got me on major radio, working at 99 Jams and Power 96. Me and another guy named Albie Silk, we're the only two people to be #1 on 2 stations in the market here. And now I have a company called I Knew Foundation Trust. It's an organization where we do indigenous civil society, where we do sustainability through agriculture, media and communications, and health awareness, and computer IT solutions. And we have a business academy where we bring in the youth to educate them. And the best part about it is we're going to create a business network through these kids. And at the end of a 5-year business plan, everybody within the programs will work synchronized with each other for what they do. So the agriculture people will work with the media and communication people, because they'll be documenting through video what they're doing, and vice versa. Everybody will help, you know, the agriculture people will feed the media and communication people. So everybody need each other to develop and to sustain and growth. So with that, I had to change my name, because WILDMAN Teddy T was the radio crazy side. So with my foundation side, I'm Baron Theo, Enoch L, 19th of Woolly Hair, Mound Builder, you know, based off of indigenous development, meaning that we're not Negroes, African Americans, black, white, none of these Latin, none of these federal terms. You have to know who you are. You can't be defined by land, language, or color. It's only blood. So we help bring nationality to people and help sustain them so they can have self-determination. Our goal is to bring ourselves back to having our own nation and putting ourselves back to becoming the custodians of the universe, where we are all in the one at the same time. Oh yeah, it's my life. You know, I've been in the music business, like I say, since '93, and right now, just being able to work with these kids to kind of trade over what I do to them, you know what I mean, is the element. I've had this business academy for so long, really developing it, you know what I mean, from my partner DJ Skull. He's been with me since he was 12 years old. I have another artist, Fat Boy Rhyme, Pretty Ricky. We developed Pretty Ricky when they were kids, 17 years old. We created Blue Star, and they got $1 million deal with Atlantic Records. So there's a lot of different people who I've helped in the process of developing what I'm doing now, because I had to practice, and practice makes perfect. And I got a lot of different people that I've helped put on, and it's just ability now. Well, that's where I'm taking my talent and it's to developing the placement.
Nice. So what would you say the differences is from when you started and right now currently? Like
education. It's education. Like back in the days, we had the mentors and people around that can help you. Like I came from Luke University. I worked for Luke, and Luke taught us business. I learned how to work in the music business working with Luke. Luke put me on the radio, and it was the element of being able to have, you know, these people that you can look forward to do things. It's like now, I feel like from the time that we started to now, we kind of neglected the kids. You know, our older generation took us with them. You know, they was like, nah, we ain't gonna leave you here. Like I used to remember when I was a kid, I used to try to get drugs, and they would never sell me. You know, they would never let me sell drugs. They were like, nah, you got a future. You know, you talented. You can do this. You can do that. You know, you don't need to do this. What you just need some money. Here goes some money. So, you know, you need people that actually care about the community, and that's the kind of thing that we're bringing with our new Foundation Trust. You know, just that caring about kids. It takes a whole village to raise one children, is my motto, and that's what we want to bring that back into the fruition of being able to bring everything to the kids, because I think that's the disconnect that we have with the elders and the youth. In this game, man, you got to realize one thing. It's 90% business, 10% talent. You can be the wackest person in the world, but have your business together, and eventually it's going to work, you know, because you're doing business and people respect the person doing business. So, do business. Number one, if you're a rapper, you don't exist to me. A rapper is what goes around camping. I only deal with artists because an artist is at least in the elevation of creation and understanding he owns what he's creating. So anytime somebody comes to me telling me they're a rapper, I just throw their CDs away because they're not even at the level of my understanding yet. You have to know where you are to be where you're going. You know, so it's all about definitions. You know, once people have the right definitions of who they are, then it kind of gets you into the path of where you're going. So anybody that calls himself a rapper is a unprofessional person. You know, take yourself seriously and create the art of what you're doing and become an artist and become a businessman. You know, when you see a person like Jay-Z, Jay-Z couldn't get a record deal. Nobody would give Jay-Z a record deal. But he did business. And he wrote and produced songs. Even though as talented as he was, lyrically he's always been hot, but nobody would sign him. So he had to go do production and then come in with a production deal with Def Jam, not even him. And then look, he ended up running Def Jam, being the president of Def Jam. So, you know what I mean? Like I said, own your own destiny and do business, number one. That's what Juvenile, I don't know if you're dealing with Cash Money, Juvenile was writing songs before, he was an artist before he used to do a lot of the bounce music. And when he got with Baby Them kept everybody's publishing, but he already had his publishing. But it was the deals that they wasn't aware of these different situations until after the fact, where they now had to sue them to get money and still wasn't able to get all of their money. You know what I mean? So same thing with Rick Ross and Trick Daddy and then with Slip and Slide. That was a publishing company, so they didn't know they was giving up publishing. You know what I mean? So you got to do the knowledge. You got to know what you're into. Just don't, anybody who signs a paper as a person is a slave. You're going to be the last person to get paid and you're going to get probably dropped. You know, you want to do a partnership business. You know, that's what made Rock so strong with Def Jam. Def Jam just gave him a P&D deal, where Rock, they had the money to do everything. So when Def Jam had to come buy out Rockefeller, they couldn't buy out Jay-Z because Jay-Z got too much intellectual property that Def Jam had. You know, they could buy out Dame Burke and Dame Dash because they just had percentages. But Jay-Z was the intellectual property. He owned and wrote the songs. And if you notice, he's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame right now from all the hit songs that he's written. Wow. Doing business. What makes Jay-Z successful in everything he does is business. He took his money from music and now he's doing Tidal. He was an investment in the Uber, just like Puff Daddy, just like 50 Cent. These guys were artists that turned businessmen. Everybody that's successful right now in the music business is because they own their own business. Even a person like T.I., he's been independent now for the last 3 years. He's not even signed to Atlantic Records no more. But he's getting all the money. If you notice, he changed his whole branding to just Grand Hustle because that's the brand. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Hustle game. So it's like, that's the element that he's pushing because that encompasses everybody. So the fact that he's on it, everybody gets to eat. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Nice. And that's what a boss does. Make sure that his people eat.
Right. Makes sense. It makes plenty sense. All right, Teddy T. So let the people know how they can reach you, how they can contact you, you know, via social media, things like that.
Instagram, WILDMAN TEDDY T 333. Twitter, WILDMAN 333. Facebook, Baron Theo, Mountain Builder. Website, anufoundation.org. And that's it, you know. And then just sometimes say my name 5 times and I could appear in front of you as well. One more thing I just want to say for everybody, like really everything that you've been taught has been a lie. So it's up to you to self-teach yourself the facts, because truth is what people's told. Reality is what really happens. Be in the reality, be in the know, and evolve yourself to better yourself.
All right. And this is Rick Roots with message to the
youth.